Today I'm going to teach you how to work and operate on my site, MyConfirmation.org. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to type that in right quick. MyConfirmation.org. Once we are there and once it pops up, I guess you will, we're going to go in here and we're going to log in. Now there are two ways to log in. You can go through the work of creating a brand new account with all the information that you're going to have to fill out. Or you can go over here and you can use one of these, whether it's through Google or Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn. If you have one of these, you can use one of these to sign in. And if you've never signed in before, it's going to ask you to accept. It might take a little bit, but then it'll hopefully get you signed in. You're going to go over here to My Courses. I'm going to click on it. You notice there's two courses, Luther's Small Catechism, and then there's Practical. You're going to go to Luther's Small Catechism. Now, since we're taking the test over the material for the Lord's Prayer, we're going to click on Lord's Prayer. We're going to self-enroll. We can self-enroll, and we're going to click here to enroll. And that's going to enroll us in this class. And there's a couple different things that we can kind of look at. There's a news forum if you want to write something, write a question here, anything like that. I'll see it, and I'll be able to get back to that as soon as I can. There's a study sheet. Gives you some helpful hints in terms of how to study. It's a half sheet, and actually, if I remember correctly, it's actually a study sheet based on the 10 Commandments, but it gives you a general idea of what to expect. And then we have the practice exam. Now, here's a clue, kids. Here's a clue. The practice exam is actually using the same questions as the test. The big difference is the practice exam is a practice exam, which means the grade is not technically logged in your grade book. It will be logged in your MyConfirmation grade book. However, I will not take that grade and move it into your test grade. So the practice exam you can take as many times as you want. You can take it over and over and over again if you want. The questions that are coming at you are the same ones pretty much that are coming out here. But here's the thing. This thing is going to shuffle the questions. There's a lot more questions here than you're ever going to get on this practice exam. And so basically, depending on when you take it, how you take it, or whatever, this thing is going to give you different questions. So just because it's pulling from the same questions does not mean you're going to get the same questions down here. You might have a couple repeats, but you might not. So you need to be ready for that. The second thing you need to realize is on the practice exam, I do have it timed. I have it timed for 20 minutes. Okay? On the actual test, it's timed for 40 minutes. This test is shorter than this test. The big test is actually a little bit longer, and so I give you a little extra time to do it. But I wanted to set a timer up to give you guys a general idea of exactly how it goes. So, that being said, why don't we take a look at the actual test. Alright, once you click on it, this screen is going to appear, and it's going to tell you the time limit. You've got 40 minutes. It's going to tell you the date it opened. You have one attempt at it, right? You only get one. If you want another one, you better have a pretty good story as to why you need it. Otherwise, I'm just going to take your score from the first one. Okay? We're going to go to attempt quiz now. It's going to give you a warning, right? You only have one attempt and it's limited. It's time limited. So make sure you're ready to start it. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to start it. Now here's the thing. It has a password. That password is LP test. LP test. That is Lord's Prayer test. Lord's Prayer, abbreviated as just LP. Then you're going to click continue. And that should open the test for you. over here it's asking me if it wants to save my password. I don't, because this is the test password. So basically at this point we're going to go down and I'm going to click A on all of these just to give you an idea of what it looks like. Now notice, if you think a question is just awful, you can go over here and you can click on flag question. It also tells you how many points this is out of. Questions have various points. Up here, it'll tell you the time we have left. That's the amount of time that we have. Okay, click on next. You're going to notice you get different kinds of questions every single time. I'm just going to keep on going here and just click on false for all of these so you can see roughly what they look like. Click on next, and you got more true and false. But overall you can see here's how many questions you have, but realize that some of them are going to be a little bit more challenging. So be sure that you keep an idea of just how many you got to have, that you need to have left, and then go from there. And really guys, that's all that you really need to know. You can take the practice exam as much as you want, but this one, the main one, you can only take once. So please log on, do that, and yeah, that's all I have. Thank you, and God bless your studies.